Okay, so anyway, guess what happened? We're talking, we're just talking away, and we see this thing come across the screen right here. We just got through complaining about it and send feedback. It says, "Oh, stream interrupted because we detected some copyright information in video and audio or some shit." Okay, I'd sure like to know what my original content match. If my original content matches anybody else's, I'm certainly very unique. You know what I mean? I can't imagine that happening. I just can't imagine it. I just plain can't imagine how the YouTube algorithm could do that. You know what I mean? Take the video, totally original, right? Then nobody looks like me. Nobody that has shoots out of place like that. Nobody on YouTube has my images, right? Right. And then nobody on YouTube has my voice. Nobody on YouTube said, see what I'm saying? How did the metric do that? Why? Why did it do it? Anyway, so that stream's gone. The topic's been about this a George Floyd case. Those cops totally out of line, you know. But then the public's out of line too. There's wrongs on both ends, and that's wrong. And it just simply speaks of stupidity, you know, plain stupidity. Just plain stupidity. That's all it is. See, let me explain this. It's good to be smart. Smart will protect you. Smart will keep you out of trouble. Smart will help you live longer. Okay? It's good to be smart. It's not good to be stupid. Stupid is doing stuff that ends you up in jail. Stupid is in stuff that's doing stuff that ends up you with your legs cut off, your hands cut off, and your bones broken. I mean, you know, okay, maybe, you know, some people do stuff. I think it's kind of stupid myself, doing, you know, myself, stunts and all that other stuff, you know, bones broken. But, you know, when we were younger, we did it too. So it's like, okay, there's there's a dividing line, okay? You make a dividing line between stupid where, you know, you shouldn't do it, and, you know, a level where, you know, for fun, you might go, you know, for fun and entertainment, you could go some level of stupid. See what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, okay, jump the bicycle, okay, but don't steal the wallet. Um, do the, uh, uh, go skiing, fall down, roll down the hill, break a leg, but do not steal a wallet. Do not go steal a purse. Do not go rob a bank. Do not go take anything from anybody. Don't go commit arson. Do not commit murder. Do not do any of those things, because those are stupid. See, let me explain it to you this way. Even if there was no such thing as a police force and no law, no army, you're nothing, in a complete anarchy. Okay? You know what happens if you treat somebody wrongly in a case of anarchy? You know what? You know what up and comings are? Just desserts. Yeah. See, that's right. Turnabout. Turnabout, fair play. You're familiar with all those words. Just think what would happen in a case of complete anarchy. And you go out there and you decide, oh, I like that guy's, I like that guy's tractor. I think I'm just going to take it. You go take the guy's tractor. The guy gets pissed at you. What do you think the guy's going to do? You're going to come back and going to capitulate with and vengeance and retaliation, right? That's how wars get started, dumbasses. Okay, see what I'm saying? This is why it's stupid. This is why I'm saying it's stupid, because it is stupid. Doing wrong, WRNG, is stupid. You do something good. What happens? See, you get back. The term "you reap what you sow." It could be no more true than any other statement that's true. That's the truest statement in the world. You reap what you sow. You get back what you deliver. So render good, you'll get back good. Render wickedness, you'll get back wickedness. Anyway, so that other previous stream we made before this, pretty sure YouTube will restore it once they've got my messages. Go, oh, how'd that happen? And they look at it and say, well, how'd that happen? You know, so you know what? Let me check my emails real quick, and maybe find out what the copyright claim thing was about in the first place. Email on so. Okay. Okay. Looking for copyright claim. Don't see anything. They ended my stream and didn't tell me about it, and didn't even email me. Adult Friend Finder says hookup forecast above normal in your area. Okay. Still scared to hook up at the moment because you don't know what. You know, you don't know yet. Still too soon. MIT uploads what they did. Let's see any copyright claim stuff. SpaceX uploaded the video. That's cool. Nothing in the email. Go back a page. I don't see any copyright claims email. Okay. Nothing. Okay. So let's see what this vortex is going to be in here. Oh, okay. Scam likely. Hello, how are you? Talk to me today, Mr. Scam likely. Oh, you haven't hung up yet? Oh, wow. There he goes. That's how that goes. Open and shut case. Okay, so check it out. The screwdriver, right here, goes into a bar one night, right? Hangs out in a bar for a while, right? And eventually, though, a straight screw comes and says, "Hey, baby, you want to get together and do some screwing?" Okay, and the straight screwdriver says, screwdriver says, "Hey, I gotta be honest with you. I'm sorry. I just have to be honest. I got something under the hood a little different than normal. Some secrets. Okay." And the screw says, "Well, what is it?" It's like, "Well, I don't want to tell you. I'll just show you." Okay. So they go in the bathroom, right? And they go out, and the screwdriver pulls it out, and goes, "Okay, there it is." And the screw says, "Oh my God, you're a Phillips also." It's like me. That's a true story where it's like, oh, hey, baby, it's like, uh, hey, we'll get together. And then, hey, baby, you want to get together? And I say to the guy, hey, you know what? We could maybe, but I got something different, a little different than normal girls. I'm going to pull a package there, and and it's okay. And we went through that. It's like, oh my God, you're a man. Like, no, not a man. A girl with a penis. It's different. There's a difference. See, because a person's sex has to do with their genetics and their physicality. Gender's another thing. They've been figuring out dividing gender from sex. So there's a person's sex. It could be male, female, or both, or some level in between both, and relate to either male, female, or both. Some level in between, or relate to none of it, not even be gendered. Some people are completely genderless in their minds. They're just like, their gender is not a thing to them. We think, so therefore we are. We think, so therefore we is. So I don't see any copyright claim stuff at all in this. At all. So what happened? They removed it because of my subject matter and used that as an excuse? Is that what happened? What was the subject matter? It was talking about all the protesting going on and the George Floyd vortex. Yeah, I don't see nothing there. Nothing. Well, you far back ago. That was yesterday. What we're looking for is just what happened today. Right, let's go to inbox, see if anything new showed up. Maybe it hadn't shown up yet. $81,000 items in my inbox. Oh, see that's all mail. So get the most recent right here. Okay. 11 a.m. When it ends, it'll go back a little. If it's come in, it'll be on this page. Because it happened way after. Here's the 8:25 a.m. No copyright claim email. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. Oh, here it is. There it is. All right, let's see what it says. As you may know, our community guidelines. Turn this right. Okay. So. All right. All right. It says, as you may know, our community guidelines describe which content we allow and don't allow on YouTube. Your video, Our Daily Vortices, June 1st, 2020, was flagged to us for review. Upon review, we determined that it violates our guidelines and we removed it from YouTube. How does it violate your guidelines? How? Okay, it said copyright infringement. All right. We know this might be disappointing, but it's important to us that YouTube is a safe place for all. If content breaks our rules, we remove it. If you think we've made a mistake, you can appeal and we'll take another look. Keep reading for more details. All right, here's video content restrictions. As mentioned, we've removed your content because we think it violates our community guidelines. If you find specific information about these guidelines, you can find specific information. Okay, please note that due to the recent global health crisis related to COVID 19, a number of our normal review processes have been disrupted. You can read more about it here. Okay, there's a click. Okay, and in an effort to prioritize the well being of our employees, our extended workforce, and the communities where they live. This rest of the radio voice. We are relying less on human reviewers and more on the automation alone to make decisions. As a result, some content may get removed in error. Like mine. Mine was totally in error. It's no copyright content. Didn't I didn't expose my body, did I? I just showed a little butt cheek. That's not on that. There's butt cheek everywhere. If my butt cheek offends anybody, then you can go screw yourself. Okay. All right. Anyway, we apologize for the disruption. We apologize for these disruptions. Taking these workforce precautions is the right thing to do for the people who work to keep YouTube safe and for the broader community. We appreciate everyone's patience as we take these steps during this challenging time. As an impact on your account. This removal has not resulted in a community guideline strike or penalty on your account. However, we will encourage you to review all of your content to make sure it is in line with our community guidelines. Additional violations could result in strikes against your account or even lead to account termination. How you can respond. If you believe this was a mistake, we'd like to hear from you. Appeal this removal. Please submit this form. Okay, here it is. Our team will thoroughly review your appeal and will contact you. Okay, here we go. We're gonna fill the form out. Anyway, so once we're done with that vortex, we'll move on to the next one. All right. And then download it and then put it back out there. Just like then it don't matter. And if it hits it again, we'll do. We'll download it, we'll look it, and we'll see if there's anything at all. And if there is, we'll edit it out. All right. How do I get rid of that? Close this. Didn't want that. Darn it. Okay, bitch. All right, close the page. Go back. Sing again. No, no, it has no. This video has no violence. It has no nudity, no foul language. No one else's content. And furthermore, this video has no violence, no nudity, no foul language, no one else's content. And furthermore, we're only talking about what's in the news. Okay? This video has no violence, no nudity, no foul language, no one else's content. And furthermore, we're only talking about what's in the news. Period. It violates nothing. There it is. Submit that. Violates nothing. The computer got it wrong. The computer got something wrong. Okay. Else is plural. No one else's content. All right, there we go. Copy it. Submit it. Put it in on a document here. Time to refill that vortex holder. Oh, let's see what something that holds a vortex would be a vortex vortex. Look into him. Yeah. Paste. Computer's really slow. All right, here it is. Save it. Okay. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and download it to our computer, the live stream. So the one that they took out is still here in the computer. So all the stuff I did, it still has. So I'm going to download it. Okay. So download. Oh, it won't let you download it. Really? Oh no. That means we'll have to keep it. We'll have to play it back and screen capture it. Is that what that said? Yeah, let's see what happens here. There's no download button there. Okay. So let's go ahead and see if we can go to play on YouTube and see if we can download it off that page. If not, then we'll get it back by screen capturing it back into our machine. And we'll do it. Send it right back through this. The audio go out of the computer, back in through our mixer, back into screen capture. Okay. All right, there it is right there. Now, is there a way to download it off this page? Okay. There is none then. Okay, well, that's what we'll have to do then is screen capture. Oh, that's me right now. Oh, okay. That's me right now. Okay. How to get out? I got the wrong. So let's close this and need this. That's me. We don't need this one. We want the other one. We got the wrong one. All right. All right. We did that. Okay. We can leave that. Why is this side stuck in this page? There it is. Okay. That's what I was thinking about. All right. Here. So what do we do next? Oh yeah. We'll just do that stuff later. Oh, we were still looking for a way to download. So we can download. That's right. And we had the wrong stream. Open up. That's us right now. One watching. That's me. Okay, so here's live now. Okay, so the one it's not available on this page. Okay. Well, so that's the option then. So I can save it. I have to screen capture it, and then we'll talk to them about, hey, how about how about you switch that up and give people the option to download it after you do that to them, so they can download it, save it, edit it, do whatever they want to do, and you do to it to save their material. Uh, See, this is the problem with you're still children. It's so hard to deal with children, teach them everything. You understand? It's child's mentality, not being able to see through into that little bit of distance, a little bit more maturity, see through that into that little distance, beyond that little hump, and get that next piece of thing, that next beautiful thing. And until then, you'll deal with muck and mire and you know. Okay. Anyway, so that's the side of that. Huh. So, so ultimately, what is it going to do about this here? Okay, E is the bitch. Okay. Peace. going to find out. If they end the stream over that, because I'm playing the bass, because of that chord, they'll have to, really have to seriously think about changing some of their metrics there. Like that. I just brought that out of my head. That's mine. See? Mine because I brought it out of my head anyway. Playing it, well, there's something similar, and what was theirs? Now, see, it's like this. So if the algorithm hangs it over something like this, that's just the major scale. You can't copyright the major scale. It should not be something that would end up as a copyright infringement. Okay, so anyway. No copyright infringement on that bitch. Yeah? See? That's what I'm saying. It's time to end all that stupid shit too. That's all stupidity. The whole idea that you can copyright something, that you have a right to own something that's owned by somebody else already. You know who owns it? You know who owns it all? The creation owns it. You can't create nothing new. There's nothing new. It's just simply about pulling it out of the ether. It's already there. There's nothing new already. Okay? It's all been created in the beginning and planned, and we did it when we were tired of being lonely and bored and stagnant and abominated by it. And so we decided, hey, let's do. Go on, do. And we did. And we're here, all of us. And we're all in it together. And we all need to work together. And all the prudes need to quit being prudes. All the criminals need to quit being criminals. All the murderers need to quit being murderers. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? See, it has to do with the mental health of our society. And our society is really, really, really sick. Our society, here, let me show. Oh, see. So then they're going to copyright infringe me off of that rhythm, right? Because it sounds like every other Latin beat you ever heard. Okay. Anyway, here. The antipsychotic medicines. I'm about to think maybe there ought to be put lithium in the ocean, in the drinking water of the whole planet or something. I don't know. I really wonder. Oh, here, we need to deal with this. Reestablished something, a vortex in this. unwanted vortex preventer. Right here. On camera it looks blue, but it's purple and white. And it is to me, it's the blue pill that we take. It's the difference, the blue is the red pill. The red pill, we go back to our, that's how that went. Morpheus, the Matrix thing, you know what I mean? Morpheus comes, okay, we're going to do this thing. The TAS units are not. I'm going to be the creator of it. And it could have been a dream, but usually stuff comes to me in dreams. There's stuff from, and then I see it in the media later. Now you tell me that it's a psychic phenomenon, it's not real, and the afterlife or the spirit realm is not real. Prove it to me that it's not real. Because we have direct phenomenon and witness direct phenomenon. We cannot prove it to anybody because when it happens, there's no way to prove that it happened to you. See? But we have all kinds of different examples through our life where there's been things like that, precognitive stuff happen. And so anyway. We believe that the physical phenomenon behind the psychic, the afterlife, all that realm, the eclectic, and the precognition and mental telepathy, all those things, ESP, quantum entanglement, yeah, quantum entanglement. We're all entangled. You see, it's like this. From the very start of all things, we were totally, infinitely lonely, and infinitely bored, and infinitely abominated, decided to do all things infinitely, as infinite is, as infinite does. And so here we are. We are it. See, people forget that all of existence is one thing. All of existence, when you put it into one word, comes out the word Allah. Okay? Phonetically is Allah. All of existence. And there's nothing more nothing more magnanimous than all of existence. There's nothing bigger. There's nothing more complicated. There's nothing with, you see what I'm saying? And all of existence encompasses infinity. So we did it. We tangled the strings, made the particles, and here we are. Got gravity. We started gravity by shaking out a little jazz hand. So here we are. So what are we going to do about it? We've gone 100 times around. 100 different universes, 100 different expansions, and 100 different tries to get one out of all of them, out of the billions of planets that have life out there, and all of the billions of tries that ever happened, out of all the prints before that, and out of the Google plexes of lives that have lived through time, through the time of doing it, through all the passing of time to now this moment present. Yes, the passing of time has nothing to do with physical. By the way, the other realm runs it. You run your time. You run time. It's only 11:30. Of course, our perception of time is gauge controlled by how fast we're moving through it, how much mass we're being exposed to, because it has to do with how much we'll call it reluctance, call it backing up, call it the last minute properties of things, of all of existence, bouncing back, so to speak. part of the reciprocation, the natural reciprocation that is, that makes things what they are, vibrating in space time as mass comes together. The density causes changes in resonance. See, and they become one. A single unit. We are a single unit already. So our goal is to try to get all of the life that's sprung up on this planet into habitats, multiples, hundreds of thousands of them, space cities, space colonies, get mankind to go ahead and progress and keep advancing, keep making babies, keep populating, and let's populate the galaxies. Okay, that's what I want to do. Okay, are you in with me? I can say that here. I got 30 subscribers. We're in virtual obscurity. Probably one of the most infamous characters on the whole planet. We are. Everyone knows us, but no one knows about us. Okay. No one watches our, well, only a few people watching our movies and our broadcasts. But it's just those few people that can take the good information we're trying to spread, you know, and spread it. The point is that he has type one. I call it class one. Michio Kaku, it's type one, type two, type three, type four, and we're a type zero to him. And I put it, there's type and classes, and type and class work together. So right now, our society basically, in my eyes, has no class. Okay? So it needs to change. You need to get some class, people. Class up your act. If you class up your act, get from point zero 0.05 to over, let's just get to point 1. Okay? You might be able to get halfway to class 1. I mean, type 1. If you get to class point 1, we might get to type 1. Okay? But we're not going to get to type 1 unless we get to class point 1, because class point 1, we got to come up a bunch of stages. Class point 1 means no more fighting, no more thieving, no more people disrespecting anybody else. That's the whole bottom line. The very bottom line of everything. Respect. The key word to it. Seriously. Yeah, I gotta be right back. K-E-Y. You can't just talk about it, you gotta do it. You gotta be it. You gotta live it. Really, all you gotta do in life to do right is to not do anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're not doing anything wrong, you're doing right. See how easy it is to do right? It's a lot easier to do right than it is to do wrong. You have to actually spend energy to do wrong. Did you hear what I said? You spend more energy doing things wrong than you do having just being and not doing anything wrong and being right. See? Right is already at zero. That's why there's no dividing line between right and wrong. There's a dividing line, middle ground on everything, including human sexuality, gender, social, all of that, mentalities. There's middle grounds everywhere. But between right and wrong, there is no middle ground, is because right starts at zero. And that's the thing you've missed all so many times around. Maybe we just never had to figure out how to tell you and say it right. Okay. Well, you got enough math information, knowledge about math where zero exists, so you got the concept of zero. Okay. And zero, the concept of zero is nothing. Zero, non-existent. Okay. Now, that's where right and wrong, right begins right there. Wrong starts point one, point two, point three, so on the negative side. The negative one, the negative two, negative three, negative, all wrongs. If you think in terms of like put a numerical value to the um, uh, 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 to the principle of um, uh, the principle of right and wrong. So see here, there's the thing. So once you start doing good things, so let's see right here. Let's put a little digit bot right there. And then put another one right here, and another one right here, and then put a decimal point. So it's a negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. Then there's 0, the vector line. Then you go positive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if you're at 0, when it comes to how you treat people in terms of respect, okay, just having enough respect for people not to do anything wrong to them, not to steal from them, not to punch them in the mouth, not to call them dirty names, not don't got enough respect for them not to abuse them. Okay, you don't have to even love them. You just have to respect them enough to not do them damage. As long as you're not doing any damage to anybody, you're at 0 on the right and wrong scale. You are correct and right to do that. The minute you go over that to that decimal side and start hitting that negative line, that's when you're that's when you're screwing up. See? Now, on likewise, see if you're at 0 and you go the other way, say let's do something good. Say you go, well, I gotta just invent something. Got $1,000 you don't know what to do with. Oh, you got $1,000, $1,200 you just got in a stimulus check. Okay, we're planning about $100 of that. 10%. Oh, $120 is 10%. We're going to give 10% divided up between 15 different charities. Okay, we're making the list of charities now. We haven't done anything yet, but it's happening. Okay, so there it is. We take stimulus check and we step from the 0 point, the non-action point, and go one side. Okay? Wouldn't have to be that. Give a homeless person a job. Then you're stepping over to the plus side. See what I'm saying? Do nothing, you're still doing right. You start doing good stuff, you're going this way. And you're gaining points. And you gain points on the plus side, you're gaining points. You're gaining good karma points. See, that's the thing about that is we are a circuit. Everything's all infinitely intertwined and interconnected and inescapably. So when you start understanding, oh, learn some physics, learn some electronics, learn and learn and learn and learn and learn and learn and learn all that stuff, and then think about how that works and about the flow of things, and think about the eclectic, and think about how you treat people, and you'll understand the circuit of things, and how society, how you treat people, how you interact is a circuit. there's capacities, there's values. Okay, there's reluctance values, there's admittance values. Okay, see what I'm saying? You can label reluctant. There's if you're equated by like electricity, you call it back EMF. Okay, well, you know what I'm saying? All those things. In terms of mechanical physics, we call it counter torque and those kind of things. All right, in relationships, there's all of those same functions in the circuit in our social relationships. Part of the problem is nobody knows it. And the other problem is that a lot of people don't know what their part is. But that's because they're searching for what their part is. But I assure you one thing, the part you play, the most important part you play in it is to try to not do wrong. Try to stay at least at that zero of right and wrong, where you're doing nothing wrong. See, that's the zero. Do nothing wrong. You're zero. Start doing things good for people, then you start climbing the vector of good. You climb the vector of good, then you get, oh, hey, if nothing else, you get my props. Props from me. You get my love. The more the more good that goes on this world by people, the more I love them. And okay, so okay, you look at me, well maybe you don't matter that I love something. But maybe it does. You see? See what I'm saying? Oh, it does matter. What we feel about the world affects the world. How we treat the world determines how the world treats us. Usually. Now, in the cases of like, well, murderous marauders coming into your village, that's another story. But see, those murderous marauders, if somebody goes after them and kills those murderous marauders, how about that? They deserve it because they're murderous marauders. I don't want them around myself. I don't want no murderous marauders anywhere. Nobody hurting anybody anywhere. That's what we want. We want our society to be about, oh, we're going to go to this concert, dude. We're going to go get high and we're going to jam out and stuff. Oh, yeah, oh, look at that beautiful painting, man. Isn't that great? Let's go see the rings of Saturn in our space viper. It'll take us an hour to get there at the speed we're able to go. Oh, it's because the propulsion system doesn't use rockets. It's not subject to the rocket equation. There's this thing, there's uh, uh, flight simulator, an upgraded flight simulator out on the archive, uh, National Archives a website, something like that is what it was. All right, so anyway, downloaded this flight simulator. It's um, what's it called? It don't have features like FS9 or FS10 with the virtual cockpits and all that stuff. But it has it's Flight Gear 2019. So I got this Flight Gear 2019, and it doesn't work very well. I mean, it does, but it's got a space shuttle, which is cool. You do a re-entry, and yeah, it's got this hover car thing, and I tried it out. It's the most fun out of all of them because it don't fly like an airplane flies. It flies like the Space Viper is going to fly, except for a couple things. Doesn't have all the control inputs that the Space Viper will have. This one's set up one joystick. You lean forward, you go. You push forward, you go forward. Pull back, you go up. Or it's a throttle, you go forward, and then um, with the throttle on zero, you hover and you can move around and like this, whatever, like that. All right. With the thrust, this whatever it uses for its so-called hovering produces. So it lets you do all that, and then you hit the throttle and you can go. Now the Space Viper, each Galt unit on each wheel will be gimbal. So you'll not only have those, just the regular joystick control that you get like that from being able to uh, alter the thrust program, you know, like this. That's all they're doing is you change the thrust. You put more specific impulse on one side than the other, and it does this in gravity. It's gravity dependent. It won't work in space, in zero gravity, like that. You won't have all the control. Well, I mean, you will. It'll work in frame drag. You internationalize one unit against another, and frame drag will do that. It'll be like this. Okay? Or if you more than one, if you got say 10% more than here, you'll be like this. Okay, so but by gimbaling them, it lets you alter not only alter their positions in relation to each other. So like the front and the back, you can do this if you wanted, you know, like this. Left and right steering can do this. So you could be at full, then you could do this. See? So and you could do this, and then if you want to just coast on a little bit of power, just shut them all down except one, or the two front ones. You just cruise along. If you're out in space, in gravity, your craft's right here, like this is the front and back, okay, and so you do like this without changing your thrust. See, if you want, you can increase your thrust on the rear, and you do this. Increase your thrust on the front, and you do that. Okay, but if you wanted to, you increase your thrust, then trim it out, and then do that. Then you're sitting in this angle. Okay? And you wanted to go like this. You know, and you're looking straight down, still hovering. See, so ultimately, the Space Viper will have independent, independent uh, controls on each gimbal. Okay, and will have independent power capabilities, and will be powered by independent power source. So each individual unit, okay, it'll be powered in such a way so it could fly and hover on one unit. We're realizing we're going to do some more math as we're working out the math on these things in our research and development. We're doing all our thought experiments first. We're still doing lots of thought experiments on Space City and on the Space Viper. Just really hashing it over and over and over in our minds all day. All day we're working on it. All day. Every day. And their mind. And another department in here going just figuring and figuring and figuring and figuring and figuring and thinking and thinking and thinking. So here's what we realized. Because of on the Galt units, the TAS unit inside the vortex accelerator, okay, um, as the material accelerates, it creates counter torque. Okay, but what we realize because it comes out of there, if you can think of the tire, yeah. What do I got for a model? So anything for a model handy. So if you think of can you imagine a tire on a car? Oh shit. Oh, see, that's almost empty. Okay, so if you can imagine a tire on a car, right, and how the rim goes in, the edge of the rim right? And then there's this bulbous area around the tire. Okay, well, take that and turn it this way. And then put a basket under it. That's what the dog unit looks like. And then put a big G on the side. Okay? Inside, there's another basket thing. That's the motor. So the motor transmission assembly, the vortex cellular accelerator, and the tiara, or we'll call it the tiara. It's the conversion zone, okay, and the recollection basket, all mounts by the mezzanine in the middle, which goes on its gimbal, which comes off the vehicle. So ultimately, these units don't have to be outside exposed to any weather. They can be inside a vehicle. They'll still work. They can be in shrouding. They can be in the middle of the thing. You can have this thing shaped like fucking Mickey Mouse. Oh, I'm sorry that I didn't mean to say that word. But you know what? The the uh, the metric doesn't seem to be worried about those kind of words. It's okay. So yeah, I'm gonna interrupt my flow because I said the F word. Okay. So no, you're not. Okay, good. So that's the deal about that. Is the closed pole stator moves the single moving part in it, the armature out, sprays it like a fountain into this tiara part, and that's where it gives up all of its momentum, converts it. Okay, energy still conserved. The only thing is you're just using a whole bunch of energy here and then taking it up here in order to go. Okay, see, utilizing the power or harnessing the power of the tornado to fly. The apple flies. Yes, it does. It looks like an apple, sort of. It's Newton's apple fell, my apple flies. So every day we're working on it. So here's what we arrive at, understanding, because that fountainhead. Here, I'll use my coffee cup. It needs a drink out of it anyway. Okay, so imagine this is the fountainhead out here, and the stuff's going to come spraying out here like a sprinkler head at lots of speed, like 3 times the speed of sound, or at least the speed of sound. But 3 times the speed of sound will put it into 1,000 meters a second. Okay, that's a fast. Oh, look at that. Anyway, phone call. See, more vortices. Okay, what vortex is this? Yeah.
Since we have not gotten a response, we are giving you a final courtesy call before we close your file. Press 1 to speak with a warranty specialist about possibly extending or reinstating your coverage. To be removed and placed on our do not call list, press 2 or call our 800 number at 844-989-1708. USP 239RPG.
There we go. We'll call that 800 number because we've hit the number 2 a dozen times on this stupid phone number. We hit number 2 a dozen times.
Home.
Yes. We've hit number 2 a dozen times and they still don't remove us from the do not call list. Maybe it's a different company. Maybe there's 100 of those companies working doing that shit. What do you think, Beans? Huh?
232 new messages. Please say.
No.
Home.
Beans. Come here. Come here for a second. All right, never mind. Anyway, we're gonna end this. We got other stuff to do. You know what's that? Monty Python. Oh, they might paying me on that one. You're the Monty Python thing. That's what that was from.
Screen off. Okay, you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Be sure to take heed of what I'm saying about all this. We got to work together stuff. Not only to squash the COVID-19 virus, but also to keep from dying, to keep the planet from killing us and killing all life. We can progress this life. It doesn't have to be the last time around. We were told it was going to likely be the last time around. We better come, or we miss out for a long time. And then, if we do come, we might get to change it where it don't have to be the last time around. See what I'm saying? Last time around for a long time. So there's a whole nother universe, a whole nother planet. There's currently no life. Here's the fact of the matter. There's no life like ours anywhere except here. Okay? And how do we know this? Because our planet, even though there's lots of other planets like it out there. There's lots of planets in the Goldilocks zone, lots of solar systems, and not a whole lot that have enough enough planets in them to create the kind of forces that occurred on this planet to have life evolve the way it did. There's, you know what I'm saying? Our particular arrangement of planets, the sun and Mercury and Venus and Earth and our moon, and then into Mars, and so on, all work together to bring about the necessary vibrational patterns to have life as we know it. You get what I'm saying? Our particular arrangement causes the planet to be what it is, and the planet what it is what made us what we are. All the life that's on this planet, every single bit of it, the bugs to the humans. In order to preserve it, we have to alter nature's fundamental way of doing things and bring in mankind's way of doing things and couple them together in a thing called a space colony. Okay? A fully functional space colony will have there will be no reason at all why you can't just in your house, because of the way the whole thing's designed, because you'll have natural air cleaners, greenhouse, foliage, plant life, through the whole thing, through the whole place, one end to the other. Plus, there can be a whole section dedicated to wildlife. Just a jungle, a big, huge jungle area. Multiples. We could have a whole colony, a big whole, 100-kilometer diameter by 33.33 kilometers deep disc
that's nothing but jungle. Because the limited resources that we have here on the earth don't exist as a limit out there. We have every material, every building material you'd ever want out there in space. The whole key is getting established out there. And it involves housing and transportation. And that's our business. We're in housing and transportation. And being as that we're a manufacturer, we manufactured this thing, that thing. We've been in manufacturing also. I think we're ideally suited for this project. This is why we were chosen. I let you know, by the way, we were chosen to head this project. We weren't just decided to do it. We were chosen. Both of these things. The Space Viper, which flies like that hover car in the simulator, which is cool. Goes like anyway, so additionally, I will do my point. The point being that we were chosen for the job, and we're trying. And the thing is that we're not going to be able to do it by ourselves. I can't do it by myself. Even if I had Elon Musk's money, Donald Trump's money, all the money in the Zion Bank, okay, it wouldn't do it without having the cooperation from everybody on the planet. Okay, it's not about money. Okay, the whole concept of money is stupid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know if you can relate, but the whole concept of money is ridiculous also, to me. I'm way above that. I know ways that are far beyond what you can even imagine. You know, simple, the gifting society. Oh, it's like, oh, well, I like to make guitars. So make guitars. Oh, I like making strings for guitars and metal stuff. Extruding wire. Extrude wire. Well, you know, see. And if you do it, and don't worry about it, and everybody's doing everything. See, I told you about this before. The gifting economy. It's not even really a gifting economy. It's like you do what you do, create an abundance, do what you love to do, and create an abundance of it around you. And there will be so much of an abundance that you will have more of it than you can stand, and there will be plenty of it to give away to others. That's what I'm trying to say in essence. It's complicated to say it to a mind that can't conceive it yet, that has no concept of what it's like. It's always been programmed into me. Well, see, all you gotta do is switch that me into, oh, I'm gonna do what's good for me. And you're still doing it. Only difference is you do it and it's like abundance. It's like, oh, I don't need all that. You can have it. Oh, I don't need all these tomatoes. Here, take these tomatoes. Oh, I don't need all this. I don't need all this milk. Take this milk. I make milk. I got, for instance, I got a bunch of goats, and they're female goats, and I love these goats, and I love milking these goats, and I make lots of milk, and I make yogurt out of the milk. So I can make lots of yogurt. Oh, more than I need to eat. Here, have some. See how that works? Just do what you love and give it away. This is the society, the economy that has been trying to be taught to you ever since the first one of you ever came along in our little group. We were like hanging out, just having a good old time, and came along, boom, with the bone on the head. That pissed me off from that moment. It starts again. We have to do it again. We have to go through it again. Not smart enough yet. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at. I got all this built up since the start of it, from the first, let's do it. And I'm trying to get you guys straightened out. You just, like the neighbor kid over there. Oh, I will learn nothing. Ignorance. Wishing to stay in ignorance because what? Oh, it's too hard to learn something? Oh, it's more painful to learn something, to change something in your brain than it is to get whacked on the head? No, it doesn't hurt that much to change something in your brain. It doesn't hurt at all. All you're doing is altering some synapses. It doesn't hurt. So why are you so objectionable to it? Huh? Why? Why are you so unwilling to learn things? Why do you want to go, ah, hear no evil, see no evil, or speak no evil? But you know what? Avail to, 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 to not exercise your mind in its all full its capacity by opening it up to what it's capable of is to no avail. That is more evil than seeing no evil and hearing no evil and speaking no evil. Oh, beans. Oh, I'm speaking the truth. Hard, and that is the real truth. The real truth is that if you're all off in you know in that mindset, you're lost. So you put all of the violence into the boxes, into the games. You put all the wars in the games. Put all the like Grand Theft Auto. You know, that's a game. You put it all in the boxes, in the computers, in the games, and you live it there. And that would be fine if you could stay there. See what I'm saying? Problem is right now, you know, the mentality is still real young, and it's really hard to make a division still of what is could be kept and used and done in the game versus the real world. So what you have to start doing is learning to glean away from the real world all these things that happen in the games and just put them in the games. Ultimately, we could have a plan if you want to do war games and actually blow real stuff up, and it could be built by robots, rebuilt by robots, recycled, all that stuff, and it's no consequence. Have a battlefield planet where you can send your drone and go do battle with other drones from your joystick, from your control panel, or from your telemetry suit. Yeah, telemetry suit. There's this thing racks up, it hangs you off your back. Okay? And it goes, your arms go in, it goes everything, right? And you move around like that, and it picks up your motion, you walk, all that stuff. And you're basically hung. You know, you're your by your the small of your back. So you have all that motion. You can move anywhere you want, but it communicates all that into the generates data from your motion, and then it can be communicated into a drone. Okay. Well, we're working on that cyborg project too. I showed you that in one of my videos. I showed you the little with the special muscle servo that I invented 40 years ago that I never did anything with, that I shelved, that we finally showed the world something about and brought it out into the world. It's like, well, there it is, you know. Yeah. We'll get there. That's back burner to the Space Viper. Space Viper is most important. We've got to get in and out of space in order to get Space City done. See how that works? So the Space Viper is important. Or the bike. Oh, we never got to that. See, I was trying to tell you because of the angle. So you put the tire in here like that. Because of the angle of the tiara instead of tire, it's a tire tiara. The angle the stuff comes out, it hits from the center. It's actually hitting on the side here. It's boom like that, and so that drives it at an angle. But also, additionally, we realize that that resistance is opposite of counter torque. Okay? So if we make it just right, that's the deal. The amount of impulse will have to be, in order to spin it up, extract it out, reacted for the counter torque to be completely canceled. Okay, the the uh, the tiara part will have to completely 100% absorb all the relative mass that's produced here in the process of. And so when the counter torque tries to do this thing, it's got the one before it. While it's trying accelerating the next phase, the next 10, uh, the next pulse. Okay, while it's accelerating the next pulse up here, the one that's in action, giving up its energy, is producing counter torque. So if we completely perfectly match this to this, we don't need to have multiple units. One will work. So that means we could have one on the front of the bike and one on the back, and we got the twister. Okay? And the twister, see? So we're working on it. It's complicated math. It's high school math, but it's deep, complicated math. We're going to need to know exactly, precisely, what our friction coefficient is there at the tiara as we get the thing put together. And ultimately, the shape of that, the texture, the material is, what's, all of it, all matters. So, but because of uh, the extensiveness of the space cities, space colonies projects, what's involved there, we have to be working on both of them at the same time, even though transportation is priority. But see, we can use conventional technology to start putting together space colonies. There's 11 some odd different companies that are doing space stations. They're important. They're important because they're the like uh, uh, they're the foundation work, the foundational work necessary to do the other work. All the data they collect, all the results from you know the psychological effects of Coriolis force, all those things that have to do with their uh, the uh, uh, the success of humans living in space, and not just humans, because we want all of life in space the other way, where Mother Nature's got everything on the outside, and the atmosphere on the outside. All that stuff happens on the outside of this huge mass. Well, what we're doing is reduce the mass and put it on the inside. Spin it up, make artificial gravity, put it all on the inside of a container, and then we have controls over the weather environment for ourselves. Each of our houses can be, we'll never have to experience another windstorm, never have to experience another flood, never have to experience another sunburn, unless you want to. Go hang out in the greenhouse section or whatever, hang out near your window too long. You know what I'm saying? Never, never, ever. But you have to experience those things like we experience here on Earth if you don't want to. Earth can become a nature reserve. People that want to live like the natives, the Aborigines, and and the old ways, just hunt, do the, do the hunt, gather thing for themselves, the little villages. Those little villages like that, little outcrop type villages could stay. And basically what we're going to do is bring planet Earth back. Like, all we got to do is go back 400 years. Okay? Boom, boom. And the planet Earth will start healing itself. The way we bring planet Earth back 400 years is we get the hell off of this planet. And it's the harsh truth, but it is. The beauty of that, when we get the hell off this planet, there's unlimited resources. We can build as many colonies. We can make as many babies as we want. And we can make as many babies as quick as we can possibly build this housing for them. We can rearrange our society to where you're no longer born indentured into servitude, but born entitled to a home. Your own place. By the time you reach age enough to leave your parents, you have a house to move into because the robots did it. See, see my future for you. This has been planned since let's do it. Okay? So now we're here. So now I'm saying, let's do it. Let's move on to the next phase of the development of life. Because I'll tell you the fact of the matter, nobody's done it yet. Not even the aliens that came and visited us made it that far to be able to have colonies in space and be sustainable in space. Okay? No one. No life at all. Oh, how do I know this? Oh, but how do I know anything? How do I know that the planet's going to go belly up? Because science. Because science. Okay? Well, no. So we get dreams. Which, oh yeah, you could say, oh, they're dreams. They're part of your psychosis. And blah, 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 blah. But you know what? It doesn't matter where it comes from. The fact is it's true. See what I'm saying? That's the fact. The fact is that it's something that needs to be done. And if we don't do it, we will not get to see our next progression of what we could be. We'll end. And then we'll have to start over again. The planet will go back to what it will heal. Another 10,000 years will go by. And pretty soon, eventually, we'll crop back up. I don't want to wait. I don't want to do that. I don't want to. Really, where I'm at right now, we're just now out of all of time getting to a point where we don't mind hanging out here. Okay, see what I'm saying? Just now getting it together, we got getting closer and closer to a life of feng shui, where they call it, you know. Uh, and it's taken billions of years. Why should it take so long to get to a comfortable life? Only because everyone else who's partnered in the thing hasn't really been doing their jobs. That's why. We could have, just think 2,000 years ago, if humanity would have quit dissing each other then and would have take on the new mindset, start just simply change everything, go 180 degrees, uh, you know, quit the stupid politics crap, quit all that shit and just start being good to each other and start doing what you love to do and giving it away. And 2,000 years ago, you know where we would be now? We would have colonies in space already. Oh, our planet wouldn't be in the condition it's in. We would have probably already gone through that technological discovery stage and solved it and fixed it. See what I'm saying? But because of travail, because of ignorance and stupidity, has held mankind back. This held mankind back more than the forces of inertia that we solved, that we broke through so that mankind can produce, progress. Like what's his name said, it was one maybe someday we'll break through the forces of inertia that have been holding us back. Well, we did. We did it. We did it. We did it. Well, we were given the job to do it. It took about 6 months to have the eureka moment after going, oh, okay, how could that thing work? Where we've seen one before, something like it, is in the Star Wars movie. George Lucas looked into the future and see one, or the creators, whoever created that in the, when he's in the pod racing, the young Luke, and doing the pod racing. And I can't remember the name of that movie. It was the second movie that they put out. But I'll assert to that man's ignorance has held man back more than anything. That's the big thing that's been man's Achilles heel is ignorance, not being willing to learn stuff. It's hard to respect and love somebody who don't want to learn stuff, who just keeps their brain in ignorance. They're happier being stupid. Why? Why, Beans? Rita? Why are some people just happier being stupid and staying in ignorance? I mean, you'd think that it hurts like being burned or something with a match. You know what I'm saying? You think learning, as afraid as some people are of learning, you'd think that learning new stuff is like being stuck with a knife or being burned with a match or, you know, I mean, it never caused me any pain to learn anything. It never caused no like major fucking, you know, or like, eh. So it's like, hey, why do they do it? This is what I'm hoping to do through all of my media and videos and everything I do. The main thing I want to try to do is get people to start open up and be willing to learn more and become educated and aware and climb out of their hole that they live in and become a human instead of just a lump of clay living day to day waiting to die. It hurts me when I see you cross my eye because I know there's something better for you. Know there's something better you could do than to waste every heartbeat that you run through. That's how I see it. The person's at zero and they're doing nothing wrong. They're doing to me the very least that they could do to be right. So their heartbeats are not wasted. They're at least not doing damage. Somebody who's on the negative side of zero, who's and there's people, you know, that are just a little bit on the negative side, you know, that do stuff like little manipulations and things like that to people or whatever. They do that does damage too. That's still negative. See, anything that you do to somebody against their will is like raping them because it's against their will. And what is rape? The definition of rape is penetration against your will. Is there any other definition? Can you find a better definition than that? So if somebody comes up with a knife and sticks you with a knife, that's equatable to rape. Somebody comes up and yells at you and penetrates your ears with a loud noise. Well, guess what, baby? That's an involuntary penetration. That's equatable to rape. Okay? See what I'm saying? Somebody comes and calls your phone with an ad after you've already clicked do not call, and they call again, and they're harassing you. They're involuntarily penetrating your space. That's equatable to rape. Okay? I want people to quit raping each other. That's simple. Right? Just start there. See? That 0 point, doing nothing wrong. The minute you start doing anything at all that affects somebody at all against their will, you're stepping onto that negative side. Ooh, like that, see? It's the truth. And that's all I'm doing is speaking the truth. Is that weird noise? Okay, anyway, I think it's about time. We got stuff we gotta get done. So, it's been very helpful for me, myself, and I to be able to sit here on the internet and talk out there into the world, and knowing that even sitting here by ourselves, and if there's only a few viewers right now, if you're watching, by the way, it's feels good to know that our voices being able to be heard by somebody. It's like being able to talk to somebody even though they're not there. We know you're there because you're going to watch it later, and we're still talking to you then. You know what I'm saying? The internet is a wonderful thing, isn't it? So, thank you for tuning in and watching and viewing and listening to all that we had to say about the wisdom of things. And we hope that we hope that somewhere along the way, what we're doing each day by sharing these thoughts like this and bringing people's awareness up, or it's just helpful just being able to, it's like you're becoming my therapist. One of my therapists. YouTube, live broadcasting out to YouTube. It's a therapy. And I don't know what else I could say about it. It's so in the process of experiencing our personal therapy, we want to try to be have it be therapy sessions for the rest of the world too. In the process. That's the whole idea there. And then comedy is about entertainment, and see, that's the thing. We kind of fit into all the categories when it comes to categories. I wish there was an other category on the category selector, but there isn't. So, you know what else I wish there was? I've been telling YouTube about it. You know that thing while you're watching playlists and it comes up and says, are you please watch, you would continue watching video, and it says yes. And it says yes or no. And it comes up and it goes up right in between your playback. I wish they'd eliminate that, and let a playlist play all the way through. You select a playlist for reasons, so you can let it play all the way through. Everything that the person that put that playlist on had intended to have in that playlist. And I don't know, see, maybe it doesn't bother other people as much as it bothers me to have to go in between right in the middle of the music video, digging the music video while I'm working in my shop out there, digging the music video while working elsewhere, away from the computer. Got to broadcast to another place in the facility here. and it goes, stop. Oh, now I gotta stop what I'm doing, go all the way, go around, down the hall, and then go to the computer where the computer is and hit yes. And then you get to go back. And then because it's got this thing where it goes through some and you hit yes, and then it's a shorter time next time. And the next time is a shorter time, and a shorter time, and a shorter time, and a shorter time. Okay. So that means each time you do it, you get interrupted more and more and more before the playlist is done. And to me, that's bogus. If you select a playlist, it should disable that function. I could see having it have it function in autoplay, but take it out of the playlist. You know what I'm saying? In autoplay, I could see where that could come in handy. You got an autoplay and it's running and running and running and running. The person dies. They could be, be a week before they're discovering this thing's still running. But like it matters. What's the whole point of a timeout limit in the first place? Don't understand. Why do you even need to have a timeout? Why? What's the point of a timeout on a playback? Really, really think about it. Just really think about it. What's the point? Comment, please. Leave some comments. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, please. And we'll see you later, okay? Bye. We love you all, okay?